Well, hi, it's up high, PanAnning, welcoming you back to Let's Badly Delve Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. We're still in the middle of this trial. It's a very long-ass trial. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
The court will now reconvene.
The killer, the man who murdered his victim, handed this to this client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real crook. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand.
Hi, Samus.
Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder.
Understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews?
Of course I have.
You have seen it before?
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets?
All right.
Why? Why does she? The bear figurine.
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, looks can be deceiving. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes. I nearly forgot. You may forget your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. It looks like there was really something to that bear after all. We needs to press for information. God damn it. A puzzle?
That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its dial to the right and then push it in.
Oh yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
This is the most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go on and carry on. I think he's lost it.
So what do you do? What do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
And how do you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you.
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear. I thought it would be perfect for you on.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, you and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are many people with the same bear in this country.
But it looks like it could be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get what was inside.
Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken.
It's like just like a hymen. Who else?
Oh
No.
my!
Oh, Monica, I haven't
You
seen
might
you.
want to take this comment away.
Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box?
I never told anyone. And as long as Yon never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? And of course, that means Mr. Angardi didn't know, right?
Hmm.
I think this is all I'm gonna get for now. Figuring updating the court record.
Oh, Mr. Wright, I think even if you have come to realize
Hmm?
that there is one very important fact that we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box.
Hmm.
Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness,
Yes?
you are the only one who can open this. Please.
There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Mrs. Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart.
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
Oh, what is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what this is, do we, Mr. Wright?
Oh, is this the missing suicide note? Hmm. Yeah, it
It's the
is.
suicide note.
The, the suicide note.
The suicide note led by UN Corridor's former manager Celeste Impact. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden by the victim, UN Corridor himself.
I didn't kill her, I swear.
It seems Celeste Impact had a very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on.
Keep it in your pants, Edgeworth.
This is most definitely the note she left right before committing suicide.
Order. Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Yuan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere.
Because it already had been taken by the killer.
Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace, so now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right, at least, that's what I would think.
Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known.
I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of this note aloud.
Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the dead silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all of that has happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Angarde. About being enraged at Corrida and Angarde's role in destroying that. And about how she decided to end her despair. To end it all. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say.
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, Yuan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word.
My Thingard values above all else, rushing like a spring breeze in it. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
Suicide note added to the court record. Connor, can we read that? Oh.
It's thank God's fault that women killed him so. This time he even worked out to kill someone for something forever. You're terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there's some level there can do too.
There is no margin for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Hold on a sec, I wanted to see something. Can we read this? Or no,
No.
we can't. Okay. I was wondering. Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there were two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I could find a way out of the situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry! The suicide note, the figurine. Which one of these should I pursue?
If I remember right, it's a suicide note.
I thought it was the figurine, honestly. Figurine. Objection.
Might be, I guess.
Please wait, Your Honor. Oh shit, it's getting more loud.
Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still way at it. It's like he doesn't care. He's trying to get the killer of the act.
The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Corrida, at the request of his client, Your Honor, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. the Killer's client was mad on guard. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. You can't tell by just looking at this bear that this is really a jewelry box. The chances of Madden Guardian thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none. Oh, I didn't think it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. Slam. After all, there is no reason why Mr. Ngata would want a jewelry box like this. Order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently.
I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession.
Mattengard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to fight each other's.
And?
The victim, Yuan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Mattengard.
Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye.
Hmm?
But this camera that I have is not that same. Last night, I searched the victims out on a hunch, using this.
Gumshoe's bug sweeper.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Madame Garnet's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence?
I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Engard learned the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along.
He got me good on this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Fuck.
Hey, hey. What was that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man a killer guy? Sure, stop. Don't look at him. The waist sweating's just ew, nasty.
Ah, fuck you. Phoenix. Yes, Chief. Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I gonna do next? Just running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting a lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Can you just tell me? Jesus Christ. Alright, I think this is the time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is the piece of evidence that Mia was talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Let it go, let it go. No. Present evidence.
Oh, I know!
I know.
Resist!
I hate that song too, but I just had it in my mind. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intentions of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. But that's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? Fucker.
So, you're telling me that I forgot something?
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. Point. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. You think you should look into this?
Yep.
Yeah. That is Mrs. Impact. I said Mr. Mrs. Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. But this bear was in my possession until a few moments ago. Which means, Slam, the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, so? As to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impacts or not, Slam, has yet to be even remotely confirmed. But Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting.
Mr. Wright! Are you saying this suicide note is a fake?
Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin on this murder on Mr. Engarde. Who's to say that you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the spare?
How dare you?
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminatingly accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note.
Objection, Slam. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it.
What?
Recall that witness's testimony that concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you can use it to frame man and guard.
I did no such thing.
Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory.
Objection. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies within you, the prosecution. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note?
It is as if it has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible.
That's impossible!
This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will be physically able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I've requested both the prosecution and the defense to further investigate.
Everything I'm doing is my fault. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. The guy is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that.
I think we've reached the end of the line.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
Oh, what is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? What is it with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But, the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But, don't tell me we don't have any more.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh. Well, what is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy some more time.
Court is in session.
Click.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is the court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day.
Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if you adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for.
Please, Your Honor. Very well. As the prosecution requests, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. court will now take its final recess of the day.
Right. Well, what's going on with my situation?
The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? Can't find her in that time.
Eh.
Hmm.
Report.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things.
Can we use any of them as evidence? Oh, ho, ho, ho. I thought you asked, pal. Hmm? I got the things he left with me on right now, and I'm on my way over. Really?
That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. Hope he doesn't get into too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright. Just get there in one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. And of course,
Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me!
no one can stop. I'm...
Reception lost.
What happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking? We gotta hurry and call for help.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No, we can't let that happen.
Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There is a way.
There is.
That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this.
This or her?
Yes. Francesca.
Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
Hi, Francesca. Francesca, does she even want to help us? Edgeworth,
What is it?
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what am I doing now? I'm pitting the guilt on someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
The verdict. Is
Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Oh boy, yeah, this is getting epic. We still got a long
And
ways.
with that, next time will actually be the final part of